Welcome back to the Siren X podcast. I'm Amara, and today I want to talk about feminine energy because I feel like the internet has turned it into this very specific aesthetic. You know the one? Bubble baths, silk pajamas, soft voices, candles, letting someone else make the first move. And listen, I love all of that. I love a candle. I love a pretty robe, and I will absolutely make my morning coffee feel way more romantic than it needs to be. But to me, that's not really feminine energy. That's just like the aesthetic around it. And feminine energy, at least the way I see it, is much more about how connected you are to yourself. It's being able to notice when something feels off before you can fully explain why. It's knowing when you're forcing something, knowing when you're chasing something because you genuinely want it, and knowing when you're chasing it because you're scared to let it go. And honestly, that kind of awareness is incredibly powerful because strategy is not always about doing more. Sometimes strategy is knowing what not to keep chasing. Think about how many times you've exhausted yourself trying to convince someone to choose you, trying to make a job fit, trying to save a friendship that already feels different, or trying to prove yourself in a room that never really wanted to see you in the first place. We call that persistence because persistence sounds strong, but sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop pouring energy into something that keeps giving nothing back and move that energy somewhere it can actually grow. And that doesn't mean becoming passive. It doesn't mean sitting at home saying, what's meant for me will find me, while ignoring every opportunity that actually requires courage. It means moving without abandoning yourself in the process. That's the difference. You can be ambitious without being anxious all the time. You can want more without treating your current self like she's some unfinished problem. You can work hard without making exhaustion the proof that you deserve success. And I think this matters so much in manifestation because when you're constantly forcing, constantly pushing, constantly asking, how do I make this happen? You stop hearing yourself. Sometimes the better question is actually, do I even still want this? And that question can save you years because sometimes the dream changes. Sometimes you change. Sometimes the thing you wanted 5 years ago just doesn't fit you anymore. And you are allowed to admit that. You are allowed to update the vision. You are allowed to say, I want something different now. That is not failure. That is self-awareness. So here's your little check-in for today. Think about one thing in your life that you're pushing really hard right now. Maybe it's a person, a goal, a timeline, a business idea, or even a version of yourself. And just ask yourself, am I moving with this or am I dragging it? You'll probably feel the answer before you can explain it. And if it still matters to you, beautiful. Maybe the answer isn't to quit. Maybe the answer is to stop approaching it from panic. Less frantic action, more intentional action. Instead of sending 10 random emails, send the one thoughtful one. Instead of trying to be visible everywhere, show up where your people actually are. Instead of saying yes because you're scared another opportunity won't come, ask yourself if this opportunity is even right for you. That is discernment, and discernment is power. The woman you're becoming does not give everyone equal access to her time, her attention, her body, her ideas, or her energy. She knows what deserves a yes, she knows what deserves a no, and she stops feeling like she has to explain every decision until everybody else is comfortable with it. So your mission today is really simple. Make one decision from self-trust instead of fear. Maybe you say no. Maybe you finally ask for what you want. Maybe you rest without making yourself earn it first. Maybe you do the scary thing because your intuition has quietly been saying yes for months. And when you make that decision, notice the difference between this feels right for me and please let this make me enough. Those two energies feel completely different. And that to me is feminine energy, not shrinking, not waiting, not pretending you don't care. It's receiving, noticing, choosing, and moving in a way that still feels like you. And inside Siren X app, it provides daily ritual to help you practice understanding your energy, being honest with yourself, and making one move that actually belongs to you. Because soft does not mean powerless, and strategic does not have to mean hard. You can be both. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you in the next episode.